This is a Daddy's Day song.
It is.
This is just your kids play you music on Father's Day. Is there a guitar in there?
That is a what's that? Not a lute, but it's a ukulele.
That always cracks me up. Always cracks me up every time.
He's got
everybody.
Good with that.
Unsuitable language number 13. That's 13. 13. Lucky 13.
Mm-hmm.
We had listeners last show, John.
I don't believe you.
People watched the show. Can you believe that?
No, I can't.
We're building an audience. Someday double digits, if we can dream. We can dream.
Oh yeah, well, you know.
We can dream.
We know Disney's listening.
Yeah, they hit us again. They're always hitting us.
Take this out of your show now.
Take it out.
I didn't even know that we mentioned Disney this time.
Everything is Disney now. Everybody
you mentioned an evil corporate empire that, you know. It's like, all right, well, okay.
I did find a sound effect that we're going to use more often. Or was it?
Was that the 20-minute fart?
No. We can't use this one. That's the one Russia dings us for. That's that one. It was. This is one. You know, our audience is going to know this one, but they're going to go, what is that? Where have I heard that?
Is it the chill
Shut
dog?
up, bitch! Oh my God!
That's not it. I wish I could put these in an order. Everybody's waiting for a stupid sound effect, and we could be doing our show, right?
Nah, they're used to this by now.
That's not it either. How could you lose it? I can't do the Whopper ad anymore. That was so racist. Like,
I don't even remember the Whopper one.
it's when the guy who sounds like Ben Rames and.
Oh!
Remember that one?
Was that Whopper or Arby's?
Oh, it was Arby's. You're right.
Arby's, yeah.
Whopper might not be that bad.
All right, Big Rames, gotta get on that
Whopper, Junior, double, triple, Whopper, Impossible, or Bacon Whopper. I rule this day.
It's a commercial.
That's the actual song.
Yep, you just gave him a free commercial. Well, all right.
It's the actual.
All right, Burger King. We just got a free. Okay. Just sneaking those buttons in there on you.
I can't find the.
McDonald's ad? You want to talk about an Egg McMuffin?
I don't want to say it. I don't want to say it out loud.
Egg McMuffin, Egg McMuffin, Egg McMuffin.
I'm about to blow.
They call that big butt woman fart. Why? How do you know it's a woman's
I
fart?
thought our producer was supposed to have all of these queued up and labeled for you. Is that not what's happening here?
There's like 1,000 of them, and I can't fucking find it.
Is Patrick in today? Was he in earlier? Because we need to have a serious talk. Because I'm about through with all these.
He's not in. What does that sound?
What are you doing, step bro?
Audience.
I don't think either one of us can be accused of being a step bro.
No,
we're way past. We're way past bro.
If someone saw my pornography, they go, "You don't even have a stepmom."
All right. It's like you're the one that the stepmom is.
I'm stuck.
Doing.
Can you help me?
Step bro, I'm stuck.
Oh my God, step bro, I'm stuck. Can you help me?
I say that to my, I say it to my wife all the time. I was like, "Are you stuck?"
You're a horrible person. Oh, that's from the movie Step Bro.
What? Did we just become best friends? Yup. You want to go do karate in the garage? Yup.
You know,
are you-
I gotta
What
make
are
a
you
confession here
doing,
real quick,
Step
Marv.
Bro?
What?
I have never seen that movie.
Step Brothers?
Yeah.
Oh, you're missing out.
Well, every time I go to look for the movie, it's either on HBO and I don't have HBO, or it's off HBO and I don't have whatever it's on, whatever platform it's on. And I'm not really gonna rent it. So at this point,
Dad,
it's like
we're men.
I think
okay?
free on TBS,
That means
and
a
I
few
don't have
things.
TBS. So.
We like to shit with the door open. We talk about pussy. We go on riverboat gambling trips. We make our own beef jerky. That's what we do. And now that is all wrecked.
We could
That's
just
the bad part. I like both of those guys. I like John C. Reilly a lot too, or a ton.
see. I'm doing Step Bro, and then you get the Pornhub.
Hey, Step Bro, what are you doing? I'm gonna whip your ass.
There's a lot of Step Bro stuff.
Well, that's a good timing on the whip your ass part right there. You got to do the Pornhub, the Step Bro, and then the whip your ass.
What are you doing, Step Bro?
How come she doesn't ever know what he's doing?
Mm.
Why is her butt in his face? That's what I want. What is she expecting to do?
They're playing
This is
Twister,
the
Marv.
funnest night ever.
They're
We
just
haven't-
playing
we haven't done a
Twister.
story yet. We haven't done a story yet. Oh, today's an anniversary, John.
Oh yeah?
7 years ago today. What happened?
I don't know. You're pointing at me. I don't
Step-
know. I didn't. What did I do?
What? No, it
7
wasn't
years
you.
ago.
It wasn't you. It was some people in Cleveland, but they were actually in California when it happened at Golden State.
You're gonna have to refresh my memory, Marv. I don't know what you're talking about.
Basketball.
You like basketball.
I do, but you were talking. This was your idea, and you don't remember it from 5 minutes ago.
No, I know.
Whatever.
I'm just trying to get you to say it. Yeah, the Cavs won a championship, right?
Cavs win a championship. LeBron kept his word. LeBron did it. He built a wall. No,
And
that was
they got the
different.
Mexicans to pay for the
The
championship.
Mexicans paid for the championship.
That was a great game.
I called Mexico, by the way. They still have not paid their bill for the wall.
No,
They're not going to pay. I don't think. I think
but
I think-
you said you missed it, right?
yeah. I went to a play that night at Playhouse Square.
And you have no idea what the play was.
No.
See, what does that tell you guys?
Father's Day gift.
Always, guys.
They won on
always,
Father's Day.
Always watch the game.
I watched it. I taped it.
Yeah, but is it the same?
I didn't listen to any radio or anything, but people
Yeah,
were honking horns.
Yeah, say you knew. Yeah, it wasn't the same, was it?
And the worst part was the last 2 minutes did not get recorded.
Ah.
So that's pretty big 2 minutes. The block from behind and the three from outside that won the game. It was
You know, that's actually a huge problem with the streaming part of it, where it'll jump to the next thing, and then you got to go back, and then you might miss something, or
right.
you know what I mean. They need to be more cognizant of that, especially if you're doing live sports, and then now they're starting to charge more for live sports.
Yeah.
It had better be perfect.
And Netflix
right?
this week, they started canceling out people that don't live in your home. Like
Yeah.
You can't give your kids Netflix on your account anymore.
Well, my mom got X'd out of her Netflix, and so
What'd they do to her?
I think they just, came
Turn it
to her
off?
house. They came to her house, and they had like Netflix shirts on and stuff, and they beat down her door, and they just ripped the cords out of the back of her TV, and they're like, "Not for you anymore, old lady," and then they left. So
They said
I
to
thought
her,
it was
Whose
I thought
fault
it
is
was
it?
a bit
Oh,
nuts, but
fuck, I want to fucking know.
they were like, "Get your cheap ass son to pay more money." And
pay
so-
for us all.
Right. So now she only gets the 3 other non Netflix streaming things. So she'll be fine.
Yeah.
She has
I-
Peacock and Paramount and all the.
I mean, I might quit Netflix. It's the most expensive one.
it is
I don't know,
now.
maybe Prime
And it's,
is.
what's that?
Maybe Prime is, but when you use Prime, you get the.
Yeah,
Prime.
Prime's worth it. Because then they have a few shows that are pretty good. But
So Netflix showed up there.
yeah.
Who is it?
And then it just came
Was it-
right in. They didn't even have a warrant.
No warrant.
No.
I'll be popping. Sparkles and champagne.
Not that.
I be my connection, royalty, looking sexy, you know that be my thing.
To the people who watch Netflix this week, you have to actually pay for your own.
Yeah, she can't watch that. On the good note is she won't tell me about that horse show she was watching on there anymore. So
Oh, the horse
Uh-huh.
show.
Oh, he's stroking my dick. I got lotion on my dick right now. I'm just stroking my shit. I'm horny as fuck, man. I'm a freak, man.
Not that kind of horse show.
no. That guy's name is Horse.
That kind
They sing Horse
Suck my ass, daddy.
on this episode of Blacked.
Suck my ass, daddy. What do you say to a woman who walks up and says, "I need a daddy"?
I mean,
You shouldn't have tried to immigrate to the United States, young lady.
at this point, I'm like, well, I ain't paying for you.
You're out of luck.
Right?
No. Oh, fart meme sound.
I don't know.
This was favorited. There's a lot of farts here.
My cock is in your bum.
That's not a fart. All right, back to what are we talking about? The Cavs won a championship.
Trump. Oh.
What a great game that was.
It was a great game.
Here's a Russian fart, I think.
Let your boom and make it boom.
They're gonna block
It-
that.
It did sound really communist there at the end.
They're gonna block
Yeah,
that.
definitely could hear Karl Marx and all that.
Russia's definitely blocking us this week. You used a
I think, you know what, Russia, I think you have bigger things to worry about.
Russia, you should be thinking about other stuff.
Maybe signaling a surrender here.
How do you feel, Russia? They the Ukrainian pushback is going pretty well. They say. You don't know what the truth is.
Well, Russia, won't they just hire some more mercenaries, like conscripts and all that? I mean, how long
probably
has
not
it been?
that easy to find them.
How long has it been since we've heard that in when talking about like warfare? And we're like, well, conscripts have been hired. I remember that in Braveheart. Do you remember that from Braveheart,
Yeah,
where they were
yeah.
like, he's got
Yeah, the guy who was talking to God all the time.
right?
He
Yeah,
used
they
to
were
have to
Irish
fight.
conscripts or whatever.
Right.
But I just thought it was weird that, but they're gonna hire in if that's what they need to do, or get prisoners from other countries and put guns in their hands and say go fight.
I was talking about impressment this week, as a matter of fact. Remember how the when things started, the War of 1812 was when the British were just coming and taking Americans and putting them on their boats and like, well, what are you going to do? You're out in the middle of the ocean. They got you there.
Mhm.
Got to fucking work. They don't feed you and shit. They make you walk the plank. How'd we get onto this impressment?
We were talking about the conscripts and Russian and because wasn't there the mercenary guy? What was the name of the mercenary group that they hired? Didn't they hire a mercenary group?
Yeah, I don't remember the name. It's something group.
And he was
Faulkner group or-
Wagner. He
Wagner.
kept complaining that they weren't giving him any support and everything like that, and he lost so many men, and that he was just gonna quit sending people, right?
Yeah. You know who I think was the conscript and forced to work? You know
Who's
who?
that? Chewy.
Chewy
Yeah, that's a good point. You just blew that thing wide open. So you're saying Han was a slave owner?
Yeah, look at Star Wars differently now.
Han is a very like German slaveholder name.
How do you even catch a Wookiee? How do you catch a Wookiee?
Hello there.
Yeah, you got to stun a Wookiee. I think you got to stun him with a stun gun or tranquilize a Wookiee. You can't get up close.
Wookiee.
There's no way you're gonna get up close and try to wrestle them because they're,
wow.
they've got
You should see all the Wookiee
strong
sound effects. You can see them if I put it up.
I'm good. You don't need. Okay. That is a lot of Wookiee sound effects. I will give you that.
Question a Wookiee. Want to hear what that is?
Sure.
Say bye to Wookiee. What Wookiee? Lyric Wookiee. You Wookiee sack of shit.
Son, jizzing Wookiee.
Wookiee sacker.
That's Wookiee saying sorry.
That was the Wookiee just saying, yeah, I am.
No, that's sorry.
That was sorry?
Here's hello to a Wookiee. You want to do small talk with a Wookiee now? Confuse Wookiee? What's confus?
Are you confiscating Wookiees?
I think they meant confused.
So is George Lucas, or this guy just doing moans and then he's just taking the sound and kind of like splashing the sound a little bit in one direction or the other?
Why can't
you know what I mean?
Talk? Wookiee laugh. You make a Wookiee laugh, you're a good comedian.
Well, traditionally Wookiees are good laughers.
Wookiee of the Year, Josh McMillan.
Wookiee of the Year. Get it? Like, okay,
no.
I'm done with the Wookiees. Let's pick another word for sound effects. Want to do President Bush?
Well,
there isn't any. Bushido.
This might be Bushido Blade.
Kate Bush.
Or is that from the show?
Bush.
I don't know. I don't know Kate Bush.
All right. Kate Bush, she's the singer.
Oh, what does she sing? Whatever that was.
Running Up the Hill. Well, I think that was a clip from Stranger Things because she was. Her song was in Stranger. Her song was.
His name was Tommy Avina. I remembered in about the third grade I had slept with his wife.
Did he just say Funky Cole Medina?
His name was Tommy Avina.
Oh, okay.
Tommy.
I remembered in about the third grade I had slept with his wife.
Shit is a mess. Let's go with Bush. Good.
I still want Bush to say Funky Cole Medina.
Shut the fuck.
All right, I'm too deep in sound effects today. We're off in the weeds. Okay, say Trump did what this week?
Nothing. Just
got arrested and kind of hung out a lot.
It's a witch hunt.
Called the guy prosecuting him a thug. It's always good to piss off the prosecutors.
I mean, that original picture of him looked like that he was from. You remember Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure, like the first one where they had to talk to the three guys up there. He looked like one of those three guys. He was dressed like one of those three guys with like a weird.
Yeah, when he's at the War Crimes Tribunal.
Yeah,
they make him wear those outfits.
Why is that? Why can't they just wear just a regular robe? This is a much more special robe because we, look at it, have a purple stripe. And it's a wide purple stripe. So we think that evokes
with a
more
scarf.
authority.
Almost with a scarf.
It's a scarf?
What do you think?
Was it like a turtleneck?
What would Trump say
Like a
to
cutout?
if Trump could talk to Jack Smith right now? What do you think he'd say?
Wrong. You are fake news.
You know, yeah, he would do one of the, you know, he would just call him names or some stupid stuff, and Jack Smith would just say, "Hey, I got your boxes," and then laugh at him.
I'm really rich. Look at my African American over here. Look at him. Are you the greatest? You know what I'm talking about? Okay. So we have.
Look at my African American over here.
Yeah. Just like that Hannity interview with Newsom, with that little drop he did of Biden. Can you imagine all the clips that they could have
got
shown?
him right here.
China has total respect for Donald Trump and for Donald Trump's very, very large brain.
Very, very large.
A brain. But he does those little...
Stable genius.
He's a stable genius.
I'm an extremely stable genius. Okay.
I mean, you don't even have to look. You just put in Trump on the sound effects page.
China. China.
He says China pretty good there.
It comes from China.
What's the next trial? What's the next thing he's up for that now?
Okay. His indictments. He's indicted in New York on 30-something criminal record-keeping offenses, and they're keyed on whether they can prove that the one is a conspiracy. Because if they can't prove the one that's not, then they're not felonies. They could all turn into misdemeanors easily if the judge throws out one of them. Okay, I'm back. Can hear you.
Just messaging you.
I wonder how much that recorded.
All
it says it's still recording.
Yeah, we're good.
Okay.
Back to Trump.
Okay, and so he's at the rape thing, and then he went on TV the next day and did it again. So they're adding.
So she's got him again.
Yeah, they're charging him with like another 10 million in fines or some crazy thing, because he's already been convicted of it. All they can do now is fine him. They don't have a new trial. They just keep tacking it on.
I just wonder how long people are going to keep supporting him running his mouth like this. You know what I mean? I mean, they're still buying his stuff. They're
addicts, man.
But you know what? he's making it so he becomes his attitude and his what he is become a marketable like I don't want to necessarily say an icon, but the whole Trump thing and the merchandise and all that has become a thing unto itself. You know what I mean? The MAGA aspect of it. You know, the logos and the merchandising. It's almost like he's a sports team, you know? It's like it's a political faction.
You can do whatever you want.
It's like a Harry Potter house.
This looks orange on this thing.
Yeah, is that your Trump wig?
It is, but it doesn't look right. I don't think the light's right for it.
It's like Trump just woke up.
Tremendous job. I'm the greatest president. I'm the greatest president ever.
Mr. President, do you need your Adderall or your Diet Coke?
Rape her? I didn't even like her. She's not my type.
That is true. We've never seen Trump not clean shaven, right?
No, he's always had a clean face.
And nobody can pay the guy who shaves him enough money to kind of
China.
You think he shaves himself still?
We're going to build a wall, and Mexico is going to pay for it. Does he shave himself?
Yeah, I bet he has like
Probably
a
not.
stylist. You know what I mean?
Probably not.
That at least shaves him, but I bet he still does his hair, because how could you manage that COVID coon mane that he's got going on there?
It's been looking thinner too lately. Have you noticed that? You can see right through it and see his bald head.
Well, I hear he goes through like a case of Aquanet a day. It's just like
Can't even find Aquanet because he has it all.
And it's just like you know how like my grandma used to use the Aquanet, and it would be like that, like puffy stiffness, like it would stay in place, but then you'd touch it and then like the whole thing would like move. Yeah, like crinkle.
Well, that's why he didn't go to that veterans thing, I'm sure, because it was going to mess his hair up that day.
Veterans thing.
This might look like more like Trump in this.
Oh, because it was raining or something like that, and would have made his hair look bad.
Hey, baby. Hey, baby. It's political. It's political bullshit. It's bullshit.
Now you just look like grunge.
Regular guy.
Yeah, like if Kurt Cobain survived. This
is Trump's hair. You got to move it around till you find the style. Spin it around till you find the right Trump. You got to. Eventually, I'll find Trump.
Do you comb these though, right? You like
sometimes
style them.
No, I tried to make it look like Trump's, but it's hard to do that. It's got to be really long because he pulls his hair from all the way around and shit.
Yeah, he's got like a little duck's ass back there or something.
I got a duck's ass. I got a duck's ass. There's only 2 wigs in this.
Still, I'm sticking to he's not going to jail.
I don't think he'll actually go to a prison, because I don't think they would do that to the Secret Service. He'll be have to live at Mar-a-Lago.
Yeah.
And those bathrooms, come on, they're dated.
He's house arrest. Oh yeah, they're not getting any updating. He's gonna have to use all the chandelier money.
The black representative, Brian Donalds. Oh, Trump's. I've been to Trump's place. It's really nice. It would never look that bad.
It would never look that bad. So,
he would never. His bathrooms are always locked. You can't just go in Trump's bathroom. They're secure.
Now they were saying the other day though that might not be, that there might be another one in Bedminster, right?
There might be more charges, because that's where he showed the documents.
Where is that at? Is that in Virginia?
New Jersey.
Where? Oh, it's in New Jersey. That's right. Okay.
I'm from Jersey. You from Jersey? Remember that Saturday Night Live bit?
Yeah.
Man, I look good with hair. I need to grow hair back.
You need to get some of those. What's the hair plugs or something like that? Isn't that what Leon Musk got? Oh, Leon Musk. I think we need to get a still of that picture of you right there, Marv, and put it on T-shirts like they did Obama, and just put hell underneath of it. Here, maybe I should refresh because you're frozen here. There. Oh, here we are. There he is. There he is. I see you now.
And it kept recording the whole time.
Did it?
I guess. I don't know.
All right. Well,
our viewers are going to be really disappointed in this show today. Let's get to
no, because you know what? We came up with a new shirt idea. It's just this picture of you and the caption "Hell" underneath of it.
Hell is for children.
I want this.
Who was picking on Pat Benatar this week?
I want that T-shirt. What's that?
Somebody was picking on Pat Benatar this week. Who did that?
I don't know.
We put in Pat Benatar. Somebody.
Yeah, is that the? She sings the rock and roll song, right? I forget what the.
Yeah, somebody was. Oh, Ted Cruz.
Oh, okay.
Ted Cruz's strange rant about her and Satan. Apparently, Ted Cruz said, singer Pat Benatar responding to being referenced in a strange rant by Senator Ted Cruz, and she needed only 2 words to hit him with her best shot. On Wednesday, Cruz was being interviewed by conservative talk show host Joe Pagliarulo as he tried to explain why President Biden is so popular. However, Cruz's reasoning was bizarre and included references to devil costumes, the full moon, child murder, and strangest of all, the 19 era's Rock Hall of Famer. I don't think Senate Democrats, if you had a video of Joe Biden murdering children dressed as the devil under a full moon while singing Pat Benatar, they still wouldn't vote to convict. What? Are you there?
Yeah, I'm here. Is that? He's doing a bit. He's doing a bit, right?
Yeah.
Think about all that stuff that he said. He's doing a bit.
Oh, I think he's talking about hell.
He's trying to be funny.
Yeah. Her husband, Neil Giraldo, stayed out of it until Friday. He had a two-word response to the senator. They said, "Nice try."
Yeah, I don't think that was as much as about. It was just more of like, I mean, maybe what's his face? Cruz likes Pat Benatar, but it was more of a bit.
Well, who doesn't like Pat Benatar? Come on.
I mean, but he's just trying to do a bit from a show he's seen. That's all. He's just doing a dumb bit.
They just say stupid stuff.
And it wasn't even that funny of a bit.
No. So
because you know what, this is the reality on it. The Republicans, even the ones that they have that you might say, okay, this might be somebody you could get behind, like Larry Hogan, right?
Yeah.
He seems like straightforward. He seems like you know someone you could possibly get behind. Those guys are one in how many Republicans, right?
Millions.
So yeah. So I mean, that's the reason why, Ted, is because the rest of you are trying to follow some crazy lunatic down what you think is like the populist populist road to the presidency or to fame or fortune or whatever. And it's not. It's leading you the other way.
I don't even know why. Pat Benatar, to my knowledge, is not even a political person. Why would he try to drag her into
it wasn't about that. It was about the bit and putting up imagery of somebody murdering people with music in the background, like a movie scene. That's all.
Yeah. I don't even,
he was just doing a bit on the radio.
Does he get what the song Hell is for Children is about? Does he not understand that?
Probably not. I mean, probably not. He thinks he's doing a show. He's like a stand-up on a morning radio
performance
show.
Artists, right?
They all are.
Oh, Republicans definitely are.
See, they've seen what Trump has done, and they know that they're not genuine to what Trump is, right? And being how Trump is.
Right.
So all they are is photocopies. And every time you have a photocopy, it degrades, right? It degrades.
Yes.
So all these are degradations of Donald Trump, of what they think Donald Trump is doing or trying to do politically.
I agree with that.
He's not. He doesn't have a plan. He's just running on pure emotion and narcissism.
And how
That's
to make
it.
Money
And narcissism. Me, narcissism. And then, but I'm doing it for you. I don't need this, but I'm doing it for you.
God help us if he got reelected.
He's made these people want him so much, right?
What would it be like if he's reelected, John? Oh my God. It will be so awful.
Well, you know what? I think if he gets reelected, he'll be able to afford. He will be able to form a government, but it won't be a functional government.
Right. Well, you know, when they took the kids at the border, our whole government apparatus kept trying to say that was okay. That was actually, he should do more of it because it will stop people from coming to the border. Well, you know, so do machine guns and gas. What do they call fire shooting gas guns? What were those called?
Oh, what, a torch gun or a flamethrower? Flamethrower?
Yeah, those would stop people from crossing the border too. We don't do those things because it's fucking not being a decent human being.
Well, and that's the thing too. So he'll try to do everything that he wanted to do and didn't get a chance to do, right?
Oh.
And honestly, he'll have the Supreme Court to back him up on it.
He'll end the war in Ukraine, even though he's not involved at all. I'll end it in 24 hours. How? How are you going to do it?
Think about it, though. What has all of this been about before? Whenever he was showing papers and stuff, when he wanted a plan from Milley about a war to Iran.
He was a big deal to some fucking news guy.
Right. And so he doesn't care now if he takes everything down the drain. No. So he might declare war on Iran.
He's almost like Putin. Putin's talking about nuclear weapons and shit. I mean, what are we going to do if Putin does that in Belarus? If he unleashes some nuclear bombs, what can we actually do about it?
Oh, nothing.
Yeah. What can we do? The answer is nothing. We can't.
Well, I'm actually surprised that there hasn't been a nuclear incident already.
Yeah. Because I think Putin,
how many times have they went through there and they were like, whoa, it was really close. And they were yeah.
Oh, because attacking the nuclear plant.
Oh, yeah. These Russian soldiers were just shooting away, just firing all over the place. But we think it's secure.
They did not give a fuck about it. You're right.
So I'm surprised there hasn't been an incident already.
I don't know.
But, if he's able to form a government, then I think that it'll be no holds barred on the people he puts in there to do exactly what he wants. And then look out. I would say that then that's when you come up with all the prosecutions of his enemies and really getting back at people at that point. And I think that we would also be looking at a second sort of maybe not a pandemic, but something close to a national disaster.
Right.
Because we've seen what happens whenever you don't, and you hear Marjorie back here.
Marjorie Taylor Greene giving her opinions.
When you don't keep your hand on the wheel, as far as, national, here, he's frozen. Oh, there we go.
Hey, you know what? Let's talk about Juneteenth and wrap it up.
Okay.
We're having too many problems today.
That's my point before.
I'm upset that Juneteenth is it's the newest federal holiday. And I don't like it because it's kind of crowding Father's Day out, and Father's Day already has been a piece of shit holiday already. Don't you agree?
Today's been a weird day already, right?
We're below Arbor Day in popularity. Father's Day. I don't even know what Arbor Day is.
Yeah, and we could do Juneteenth next week. We can wait a week, right?
We're the 18th rated holiday. 18th Father's Day. Mother's Day is like 4 or 5. Father's Day is 18th. We're below Arbor Day, John.
Could you imagine that though? If you were in Texas, what we found out was in Galveston, Texas, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's what they finally told people that they were free.
Hey, General shows up and says, "Hey, black people, guess what? You're free. You've been free since the Emancipation Proclamation in 1963."
Yeah, and you can imagine if the plantation owners actually already knew, they still already knew. They're like, "What the fuck, Bob? You knew this whole time?
You knew we're free. We've been free." I mean, they were not told they were free until after the 13th Amendment was even passed. So I mean, Lincoln was dead. And
I want to see that sketch.
Lincoln was already dead.
And they were like, "Oh yeah, Lincoln's dead too." Wait, what?
Whoops.
Well, what happened there too? I think what needs to happen is Galveston needed a newspaper. Yeah, Marjorie agrees.
The slaves couldn't have read it, even if they were free.
There might have been one or two.
It was against the law to teach a slave how to read.
Well, even though, I mean,
some still learn.
Have a few, yeah.
Some people still taught them. Can you imagine that? It's like now having an abortion is illegal most places.
Well, just like
people still have them.
Just like you were saying before, they got the owner then would be like, "Look, well, hey, you've been here for 2 years. You owe me rent.
You can't go until you pay your bills, son.
You gotta pay me rent." Because he turns himself into the victim. What the hell am I gonna do?
You owe me rent. I gotta get the crops in.
Yeah, I've been letting you work here. I've been giving you free room and board. What have you done for me?
I'm so good to you, slaves. I've done everything for you. What have you done for me? You're just gonna leave me?
You're just gonna leave me high and dry?
Just because some government guy comes and says you're free.
Hey, yeah, who's he? He's a Yankee.
He's a Yankee.
He don't know you. I know you.
You don't know Texas like we know Texas.
That's messed up, though. I'm sure the other plantation owners knew, though, right? They had to have known.
The plantation.
Yeah, that's an extra piece of evil.
Some of them had been to the war, probably.
Yeah. Some of them were generals in the war. They got back, and then they were like, "Oh, is the war over?
Well, we lost.
Well, I'm alive, so I guess we're still good."
Don't tell the slaves.
Right?
I have a plan.
It's a weird secret to keep around. Like, shh, don't say anything. You know what I mean? It's like, well, they're gonna find out eventually.
Daddy, didn't you say you lost the war and the slaves are free? Shut up. It's Father's Day. Yesterday.
Yeah.
Day. You do this to me.
You're gonna make them go on Father's Day? That is weird. It happened the day after Father's Day. Dad, I want to let you know I let it slip. It was a mistake.
That was the number one way they controlled slaves. And I learned this at the Freedom Museum in Cincinnati. Is they would threaten you to take your family away and stuff if you didn't do what they said. So that you didn't have to keep them in chains. You just threatened to take their kids and their wife and shit. Mm-hmm. And they still did it anyway, so it didn't really matter.
Yeah.
So Juneteenth is the holidays celebrating when the blacks in Galveston, Texas, discovered the last place in the world, I guess, that they discovered they were free 2 years. 2 years later.
It's a special kind of fucked up.
June 19th, 1865. So that holiday is 3 years old. Is it 3? 2 years? When did we?
Yeah, America, up with the times. You know, when they say progress is coming, it's slow. They don't mean slow. What they mean is it's going along at a minuscule pace. You know what I mean?
Yep.
It's not even like it's just patently it's ridiculous at how slow.
Oh my God!
Say.
If you listen to
it's progress,
like local talk radio and the racism about I ain't gonna celebrate no Juneteenth. Fuck these guys and their Juneteenth. It was also called Emancipation Day, Freedom Day, or Jubilee Day.
I mean,
now known as
why? I don't. Not necessarily. I guess why do they care? But I don't understand why you would put that much energy into disliking a day off, right? Regardless of whatever I mean,
well,
you know,
Joe Biden signed it. That's number one.
Well,
they're not.
But I imagine there are Democrats too that are like, I'm not dealing with, you know what I mean?
So it's been a holiday. This is the 21st. I mean, year 2021. So that was the first year. 2022. This is the third one. It's a national holiday.
Yeah, but I think it's important to say that just because you're Democrat doesn't mean that you're not like racist or have shades of racism or whatever. You know what I mean?
Right.
It doesn't automatically absolve you.
Right. Like Marty hates gingers.
Right. It just doesn't absolve you.
Martin Malloy does that joke of his. Have you heard that joke? Goes, I hate racists, especially Asians. I did it wrong. I did your joke wrong.
Especially Asians?
Yeah. I hate racism and Asians. That's what he said.
Oh. Racist Asians?
No, he goes, Marty's joke is, I hate people who are racist and Asians.
Oh.
So he's being.
Yeah, I got you.
I don't think Marty really cares if you're Asian or not.
No.
It's a joke to Marty. It's a joke to Marty. You have control of the room, it looks like.
Oh, I do. I don't know how to do that.
You could remove me.
Now I have too much control. I don't know what I'm going to do with myself.
So Juneteenth.
It's a good holiday to have. It's a good. It's a holiday we shouldn't have, right?
It should never happen to you.
And let me ask this: What are the? Has anybody done the calculations of the reparations if they were going to pay out reparations?
Yeah, I think it's a fairly high number.
I'm just wondering.
What would how much do we owe?
Because inevitably that always gets talked about.
And I put this in, and it says slave owners. How much do we owe them? You got to pay them back too, right?
Yeah, they're the victims in all of this. The
it would
slave
cost
owners.
the U.S. government $10 to $12 trillion.
That's a price tag, isn't it?
Almost as much as Trump's wall.
You said 10 to 12.
10 to 12 trillion.
What was this last budget?
There were reparations paid after the Civil War. You know that, right? Just not to the slaves.
Yeah. We gotta pay for all those farms we burned and everything like that.
They weren't paid to black people. It was everybody else got their money back.
I wonder if you could file a civil suit if you could claim that like a family of a plantation owner, like say they still like survive today, or is there a statute of limitations on something like that?
I don't know.
So let's say if you did, like somebody got me 23andMe, right? So, and I know a lot of those are going to be hard to find.
You killed Nicole Brown Simpson. That's what we found
out. My hands would not fit in those gloves either. So
you must have quit.
Right.
Yeah, I don't know. I
think that would be interesting.
I'm sure some people have tried to sue already. I don't know.
Yeah, I wonder if that's happened. If they've, went back. You know what?
There would be a question of standing because they're not the people who were enslaved.
If I was in Galveston, Texas, I definitely would want back pay for those 2 years. And give me a little property, right?
Yeah. Well, even after they were free, it didn't last long. We pretty much took the Jim Crow laws and fucked them over again.
Oh, sharecropping and everything else. But might as well have been indentured servitude. It was just, and that, that was the other part too. That if they, I read a book called Bullwhip Days.
Quit trying to make people think you read.
Right.
Go ahead.
And it was they interviewed the slaves, after the war, and this was like, I think it was even like 20 years after the war, and they wouldn't, a lot of them wouldn't do it, or they would only give like, short answers and stuff like that at the beginning, because they were still afraid that it was going to come back.
Right.
And they, they were like asking questions like, do they know I'm talking to you? And it's just like a number of things. I mean, and I don't think that there's enough gone into and talked about the mental changes that does, the effect that has on people. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And, I think there's a lot to be said for it's more than brainwashing. It's, because it happened for hundreds of years, right?
Right.
So, I mean, that's going to change the entire mentality. That's going to change, how people think if they're in a situation like that, because if you're in that situation and where it's constantly you're treated how they were treated, it's got to wear on you mentally. And so I think that there's there is a huge amount of empathy that's not gone into, everything that happened.
I mean, last night I was watching a show on Netflix about the 5 directors that filmed the World War II. They were sent to Europe and Pacific Islands to make movies about World War II, basically propaganda movies, and how they actually got on film how horrible war was, but we just didn't show it.
No, then nobody would go to war.
Yeah, we didn't show it, and they were. They eventually, some of them came back and became even bigger and better producers and directors, but some didn't ever recover from it too. Right? They were out of the system. But the sacrifices of the soldiers and the people in America, black and white, it was all in this thing. I'm like, even though I know about war and stuff, I didn't until you see the bodies from the camps and shit. And there were way more camps than. I mean, they showed the screen of all the death camps. There were way more than what I thought. There was like 7 or 8 of them. There was like.
Oh no!
I don't know. There's like 100 of them, man.
So it wasn't even just the camps. So they had a problem at one point that they said that they weren't killing enough fast enough. So he was using, I think it was Goebbels, had the idea to start having gas vans. So they'd have these big trucks that they would just put the exhaust pipe into, or just funnel gas in through the top of it, and they'd put all the Jews in the back of the truck. They'd shut the door, and then they'd take them on a ride and just ride them around and fill it full of gas. And then the destination would be just a pit where they'd open up the door and pour them out. And he was, trying to say that, they were going over in certain plans and just logistics on the ways that they were disposing of and killing the Jews.
Yeah. And
so, I mean, for them to say that they were that they were following orders, or B, that was like a they were more of like work camps and stuff like that is complete bullshit. The part of the main plan from the very beginning was always to
final solution.
Yeah, to get rid of the Jews. That was the main part. The side story was we're going to use them as labor.
Well, and the effect it had on American soldiers who went in there and found them. My dad, I don't know. My dad won 3 Bronze Stars, and I don't know what he did to get them or not. But I know 2 of them had that. There's like a skull or something with a snake on it that shows that he freed a concentration camp, a death camp.
Okay.
And they said the effect of that on the American soldiers who freed those guys, like one of the producers said, I was repulsed by them, by the people coming out, because I physically was repulsed. I didn't want to be around them because they were so awful looking and they had gone through so much, and it was just a terrible. I also had love for him, as a human. He goes, but I also didn't accept him. He goes, and he felt bad about that. That director felt bad about it. I'm like,
well, and the similar. I mean, you go to or not go to, but if you even Andersonville, you remember?
Yeah, that's where they kept the Union soldiers.
Right. I mean, it was just sort of a
field.
Similar sort of situation, right?
Yeah. All right. And that's a happy note.
Happy Father's Day. Hey, fathers, we ended on history just for you.
Just for you. Let's pull back up the outro music. Outro. I lost it.
Beethoven and Mozart, once again.
You know what? I did lose
in their one and only collaboration.
Okay. There it is. Let's see now. There. I can share it. Put it up. Get it out. Happy Father's Day, John.
Happy Father's Day, Marv.
All right.
Have a good one.
You should listen to the whole thing.
Yeah.
The whole thing for Father's Day. You made this. Your kids made this. It's very rare we play the whole thing, folks.
They made an album.
It's a minute left. Is that John snacking them? Play better. What is that slapping?
He's clapping out of time.
They're running out of steam, John.
Yeah. Because I'm just like, go, come on.
Go. You can do it. You can do it.
Now all we need is NFL football with John Facenda in the background. And, yeah.
I say thank you very much.
Thank you. Now, pump. Very nice.
Did you hear that?
Yeah, I hear water running or something.
Did you hear that? The NFL theme?
Oh, no, I can't hear it.
Oh, shit. Gotta do it again. You said you needed them both.
No, I was,
And we are out. See you, John.
All right, see you, Marv.